Ladies and gentlemen.
Shit. Hold on.
Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Doug Loves, and I want to bring back my best friend, Mr. Dark Rocker. We're getting wild, we're getting funky, we're getting down, and we're here to get going on Rocker Wednesday. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further introduction, my best friend, Mr. Dark Rocker. Rocker buddy.
Shit.
Rocker buddy, how the hell are ya?
Let's see. Alright.
Have you got any plans or goals? Well, alright. Rocker's going for the gold. You got my support, pal. You know something? It's funny. Because, I actually thought about, going for the gold and becoming a UW champion. Well, what do you mean by that, buddy?
Nah.
You know what? You're right. We all have dreams, and well, I guess I got a little carried away there. Well, I think that's awesome, but there's just one problem with that.
Oh. I'm afraid that's not gonna happen. Greetings, UW Kingdom. This is I, the artist formerly known as Dark Rocker, but I'm stepping out of character and doing this wonderful, wonderful interview. You can still watch that if you want. It's not distracting me. I figured I've been making YouTube videos. I've been making Facebook videos in a while, so I figured why not just go and do a nice, lovely Facebook video for my friends and whatever. I'm going to be staying in UW character, but I'm going to be serious at the same time, so it's going to go back and forth. So here's a list of 9 different questions I came up with. And I'll actually add in a bonus question at the end. So, come on, hurry up there. Okay. Question number 1. Who inspired Dark Rocker? Dark Rocker was actually influenced by a mixture of 70s musicians, mainly singers, and certain flamboyant wrestlers that span between the time period of 1990 through, I guess, today. That spans between wrestlers like Ultimate Warrior, Goldust, Mickie James, Alexa Bliss, a lot of different people. But mainly my recent character has been highly inspired by Goldust, hence the name, the artist formerly known as Dark Rocker. female wrestlers. Rico was another influence on me a lot. Musicians, David Bowie, Steven Tyler. Um, there's other ones, but I'm kind of drawing a blank. David Lee Roth, the Beatles, huge influence. So, but I feel like I'm more inspired by musicians for my character than I am with actual wrestlers. If it makes any sense. Next question is, what is the difference between Dark Rocker and Dallas? Dark Rocker is very pansexual, very androgynous. It will go against the limits. Dallas is more of, he has like a certain borderline. He's gay. You know, he doesn't. he doesn't. He doesn't. He doesn't. I guess like you'd have to see the videos. Like some things I make Rocker do is like. Some things I make Rocker do is like I look back and I'm like, you know, wow, I can't believe I did that. Like my last video I did, where I would have like the effect, but in actuality, I got a mask and this thing, and I'm in a thong and my leg warmers, and that's it. You know, I'm the first wrestler to go naked on camera. You know, we don't. Nobody else would have done that. You know, so I try to stretch the limits with him. You know, and he kind of like gets into the mind of people. He's very touchy-feeling. I am as a person, but not as much as he is. The only time I ever do that is if I'm joking around with somebody. You know. Question 3. What's the Soulless connection? Soulless and Rocker are obviously played by the same person. And the connection really is that Rocker, there's a story where Rocker dies in a car crash, and he goes into this like purgatory place where he meets Soulless. Soulless is actually supposed to represent Dark Abyss after Dark Abyss had died out, after Rocker killed him in the storyline. And Dark Abyss has turned into Soulless because Dark Abyss had nowhere to go. He couldn't go to hell and he couldn't go to heaven, so he's in purgatory. So that's where Rocker vanished into. But then Rocker was replaced by a lookalike who actually was able to create his own identity on his own. So like the story I was doing was like Rocker, now the artist formerly known as Dark Rocker, was actually created by Soulless, but actually was taken on to have his own personality and name, so that he actually lives as giving a soul to a robot, you know, sort of that sort of thing. And the connection there is that Soulless really controls Dark Rocker, but Dark Rocker wanders off. Hence, like me in life, I wander off. When I'm working, I wander off. You know, I'll do one thing and then I'm doing the other thing, you know. So, Dark Rocker and Soulless have a lot to do with, like, my personal life. And, like, Soulless as a representation of, like, my anxiety, my depression, and, like, that I don't really vent about it too often. And that he's just, like, this alien sort of thing that just, like, stays there, doesn't really say much of anything, you know, and, like, has, like, these creepy things. It's, like, my dark side getting out, I guess. Like, Rocker's, like, my light side getting out. Like, all that happy stuff in Dallas's head, this, like, stuff that's, like sexual but fun and, like, free-spirited, that's all Rocker. You know, the anxiety and depression is, you know, that's Soulless, you know, and that's, I think it's like a reason why I don't play Soulless too often, is because it does take me to that area, and it's like, Soulless is like that void, you know, that's like, he stays in that void where we don't want to go to, where I don't want people to know that part of me, you know. but that's like the best I can explain it. So the connection is mentality. Who is Maxwell Robertson? Maxwell Robertson is a character I created in my poems that I used before that was actually influenced by Maxwell Silver Hammer, which is a song by the Beatles about a serial killer. And Maxwell Robertson is my representation of my bipolarness and my paranoia, and if I have a schizophrenia, I don't know if I do or not, but it's like I get hallucinations and stuff, and I get like weird things going on. But Maxwell's like this paranoid, schizophrenic conspiracy theorist who is out to basically leak everything about UW. In actuality, he doesn't leak things about UW. He mentions things that he's heard of and talks about things that literally just happened or had already happened. But makes it seem like it's all like a huge phony thing. Like he goes on to say things about how Rocker and Our Pain talk all the time, or like the Amazing X has nothing to do with Apocalypse 3 or whatever, you know. Maxwell Robertson is like he doesn't really care too much of who he's gonna talk about. I mean, he's like he's gonna be having a talk back and forth with Rocker. Now like that character, honestly, besides the Beatles, his look was really influenced by David Bowie. When I thought about David Bowie for Dark Rocker, I related the Starbreaker character to Ziggy Stardust, and then I didn't really relate the artist formerly known to a specific character that Bowie did, but I just related it to his androgynous personality. And there's one character that I really liked that he did called the Thin White Dude, and I used that for my inspiration for how I wanted Maxwell Robertson to end up. And I wanted to be like this black and white screen, just have him sit there with a cup of coffee and just go on and on about something. You know, so I don't smoke cigarettes. I haven't smoked in 5 years, so I wouldn't be smoking in the videos. Had I been smoking today, I easily would have been smoking those videos. You know, but the next question, or 5, is well, let's find this one out, shall we? How does it feel to be in the Hall of Fame? It feels great. I'm honored. I think I was literally the first choice. I have a plan to make my induction speech, and I honestly think that this is like a really good personal achievement in my life. One that I should be proud of. One that I should really be proud of. It's really amazing, in my opinion. It just feels great. You know, I think it's like the best answer I can give right there. I'm very grateful. Number 6, how does Rocker do the solo kick? Rocker goes and he does like he goes to do a cartwheel, and when he's on his hands, he does the cartwheel. He does a cartwheel, and like if I'm doing a cartwheel and I go like this side of my shin is hitting my opponent in the face. That's how Rocker does a solo kick. What's Rocker's feeling of the last Dark Alliance when they had 3D and art paint? I liked it because it made me think of it made me think of being in Biohazard and Dark Alliance at the same time. Will Rocker be at Fighter Finals 10? I like to hope so. I have big plans for Fighter Finals 10. Does Rocker have outside ideas about UW? Yes. There's a few books I'm going to be working on that I'll be releasing somewhere between this year and early next year. And finally, the last question, because I'm getting fucking tired. Where in God's name does Dark Rocker get his UW attire clothes? For God's sakes, let me show you guys something. Let me show you something. We're gonna go. We're gonna go into the wardrobe of Dark Rocker really quick. Dark Rocker's closet. Wait a second. Hold on. Alright. Yeah. Look at this boa. These leg warmers. These pants. You know, it's crazy. This long. And this thing too, this bodysuit that I have, you know, this mask. Honest to God, I go to Party City for all my wrestling attire clothes. And that's basically it. So, besides being tired, and besides having the strength that I have, I was in an interview with the artist formerly known as Dark Rocker. If you want my YouTube channel, it's DelilahBliss93 at gmail.com. You can go ahead and watch my videos if you want. It's totally up to you. I just really don't fucking care. I'm my own person, and I'm happy being who I am. This has been UW's greatest. And let me end by saying one thing. Tragedy, I'll get my hands on you, and you will never forget the name of the artist formerly known as Dark Rocker.
Live. It's live.
We're about to go live on YouTube.
Live. Okay. Yeah. I'm sure there's something we could set up with. Unless you're fine holding it.
I'm fine with it. Okay, so it's Jake Pranksta. I'm here with Dark Rocker, aka Dallas Star.
Hello. We're recording on YouTube and on Facebook.
Yep,
We're
we're
here. Yep.
We're on both.
Yep. We're here for the first time in this bedroom since I'd say about a year ago.
Yeah,
So,
2018, like early 2018.
around March actually.
March, yeah.
So almost a whole year.
Yeah, man.
So
Yeah, it's good to see you, man.
yeah, you're it's funny, you're live on Rocker's podcast and I'm live on System or Pranksta's podcast over
on my
here.
channel,
So it's kind of a crossover where I'm the guest host of my show and you're the guest host of your show. So,
Oh yeah,
so
yeah, man.
Facebook and YouTube going head to head.
Oh yeah.
And it's kind of funny because if you think about it, with Dr. Reality being red for YouTube, and then Dark Rocker has been more blue colored, blue for Facebook. So,
Yeah.
you know, and
Even though I'm doing all three now, but Dr. Really's who appeared last, and I'm wearing the Dr. Reality hat, so it fits. And yeah, man. So I want to talk to you about UW and some of the videos we've been doing lately this season. You brought in this new character, Solus. Tell me about your inspiration for that character.
Solus is it was a different mix of things. When I came up with the creation for Solus, what inspired me the most, going
Yo,
back
what's up, Trill? Just want to shout out Trill real quick. Ghost Trill.
Yo. When we were doing, when we were getting back into doing UWA, our pain was actually doing some videos under this character that was kind of like when Sting was inspired by the Crow in WCW.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself that, you know, man, that's a really cool character, but I already have a character that's similar to that, and that's oh, thank you, and that's Dark Abyss. And Dark Abyss was he never really talked in promos, but it's something that I've already seen before, you know.
Yeah.
And I wanted something that was like really to the extreme, you know.
Yeah, man.
But I couldn't really think of how to one up our new Arpain character, and I thought it was like, in my opinion, I thought it was quite frankly the best character that I've seen in like ever that the guy had tried to portray. You know, the only thing I can't really think of anything that I didn't like about it. You know, it was make sure this is
Going in the darkness a lot more, and I liked it a lot.
yeah, and it's something that kind of made me think a little personal about the guy. You know,
Yeah.
because I never really saw him coming back. You know, because he kind of kept to himself. It was kind of like a secret lifestyle that he was doing.
Oh,
So when I was watching the videos, I thought, okay, like I can really come up with a cool character. And my original thing was that I didn't know that you and I would be talking to each other again. I didn't know what happened to you, you know, and I didn't think that we would be doing UW again and all that stuff. So I was like, all right, well, and I talked to him on the phone. I said, so I'm gonna make a character, and Dark Rocker is gonna be gone. You know, it's gonna be a new character. We'll use Rocker if I want to, but not hype him up like we used to. You know.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I was watching a lot of old videos of Goldust when like Goldust first started, and when he did the 7 character. I thought, you know, wow, this is really cool. Like this is. I was watching interviews about Dustin Rhodes and how his character is nothing like him. Only difference is that my characters I create are like me. They are based off of my personality, my mindset. And so originally Solus and the artist, the unknown artist or artist formerly known as Dark Rocker, were mixed into two different characters, but they kind of related a lot to each other, so you couldn't really tell a difference. So my inspiration for Solus was really from Goldust. He was my inspiration, and Exile Lord just came out with a Solus 5 song, which is a sequel to the previous Solus 4. And when I went to watch it, I went to listen to the 17-minute song, and I fell in love with it. I really did, and I was like, wow, you know, I can like really make something based off of this song. And I would listen to that, and I would listen to Goldust's theme, watch the Arpain videos, and I would kind of mix the three together.
Oh, okay.
And then like when I recently did the Solus videos, that was also Beatle influenced, you know, because they had like a huge influence on my life. And I wanted, originally Solus did have promos where he was talking. That was actually, he actually did have a bunch of different promos where he was talking. I thought, well, if he's Solus, he shouldn't have a voice, you know, it should just be that he's just there, you know, he's like in the middle ground.
Oh, yeah.
So I took a lot of thought about like,
yeah, I like the subtitles that you have for your characters.
Oh, thank you.
I like that.
I had a lot of thought about like the Twilight Zone when I used to watch that. Muse did a Simulation Theory that helped out a lot. Their album last year. You know, and I thought about things that I could incorporate into wrestling that I didn't incorporate before, like spirituality, the physics, numerology, space, sci-fi, all that different stuff. You know,
yeah.
I just kind of threw it in together. So I wanted Solus to be like this really different character that no one has seen before, and people can't figure out like where the inspiration came from. So when I was doing the videos, I didn't want it to be about wrestling. I wanted to confuse people and be like really psychedelic and controversial. So I came up with the car crash story about my real life person passing away in a car accident to make people believe that, you know, Dallas really died in a car crash and has been replaced by a lookalike.
Yeah.
And that story was obviously influenced by the great conspiracy of Paul McCartney passing away in 1966.
Yeah.
So I knew that one day I wanted to use that in wrestling, and I thought it was a great time to go and do it because I just got through my third hiatus in UW. I didn't think you and I would be talking to each other again, and I wanted to, like, when I found out that you and I would be doing this stuff again and we would be talking to each other again and getting back on board, I thought, hey, why not go and start again on UW, but make this one like really out of this world, you know?
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, I like it, man. Like all three of us, me, you, and our opinion, are trying to do something different with our characters this year.
it's very unique. It's very
Yeah.
mindful and unique. We all have different directions that we're taking, and like, and I know you'll ask about the new Dark Rocker character, and I'm looking forward to answering that one. But Solus is like the ghost of Dark Rocker, the, you know, this you know, this is what's here, you know, like the Reaper, you know, and it's supposed to be like, he's supposed to be greater than, it's funny because he's supposed to be greater than Hell's Army in the upcoming Illumination, you know, he's supposed to be like the higher power, you know.
Yeah.
And a huge influence for Solus that I forgot to mention was that he was actually between two realms, the realm being UW and the other realm being UWA. And when I put the two together, I was always centered because I know when I would be with, you know, when I be in UW, you want me in Biohazard, you know, you want me up with you and be in a team. When I'm with UWA, you know, Arcane wants me with them in Dark Alliance. You
Well,
know,
personally, I don't mind either way because I think it's good to do different things. So
But
I'm
now
cool with it being either way. But honestly, I like the way we're doing it now, where none of us are really teaming together.
Yeah, it's kind of like a triangle
Like we
effect
completely
thing,
broke up. Like the Dark Alliance is no more. But you know, part of my character, one of my characters, 360, still wants to be a part of it. 3D kind of wants to be a part of it. Then Doctor really doesn't give a shit.
Yeah,
So,
it's all in a lot of good fun, you know. Like I have a blast doing both sides, but I thought, you know, if I could center myself and be the equilibrium, the neutral character, you know, it's like I can go and make this thing really work. It's like, it's almost like Sting, but it's almost like completely different. Like I had to look at different characters or influences from wrestling for Solus, and the only ones that came remotely close was Goldust and The Undertaker, and
yeah, I see that.
and it's just like I said before when I talked on the phone with you. When I make the Solus promos, it terrifies me because I'm looking at a reflection of myself wearing the white mask and just standing here with the lights off and everything, and I'm like, my heart's racing. I'm like, oh my god, this is it. I'm getting that rush from this video I'm making,
Right,
and that tells me right there that the promos are working.
Oh yeah,
you know,
definitely.
and the backwards audio recording that I put in my videos, no one does that.
Yeah.
No one will stand there in a promo and have those sounds play in the background and show like really weird clips. I mean, we're going on. I'm pushing the envelope, and you know, it's making people see that there's a part of me that's like really weird, but I'm doing it. You know, I'm going through with it. And
I was a huge fan of the last promo you did on Wednesday Night Warfare, where like you had like where at first like it said I'm not ready to tell you, and then it just had a bunch of like trippy clips with that Slow It Down Beatles song. Was it slow down or backwards?
It was both.
Oh, okay.
It was both actually. Was that the same video where it went really slow and said shoot me? Was that the one or was it the different one? Because I think. Was that
I
one?
think so, yeah.
Good.
But it had like the picture. It kept popping up different pictures. Some with Dark Rockers, some with Solus in the mask.
Yes, yeah, that was a backwards, slowed down version of Come Together.
Yeah.
I did that for We're approaching the 50th year anniversary of the Abbey Road album, and I figured that in my promos for Solus, I would use songs from that album in order. And it's like there's a lot to it coming up with a conspiracy theory. One that you certainly like want fans to really question themselves about. I think that WCW was actually an influence on that for me, because I was using people's real name, and I kind of the positive side to that is that you get a reaction, you get people on their feet and wondering, did Dallas really pass away? Not Dark Rocker, because he just said his real name.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you think about it, I've never, in the 11, 12 years that we were friends, or that we did UWA, whatever, I have never at all used my real name and never wanted anybody to know my real name. So
I try not to use mine either too much.
So
but I like how you had the real names in there and stuff.
It took a lot of guts. It took a lot of guts off of that. And the only bad side to that is that, people that don't want their real name out, like your dad there, our pain.
Yeah, I didn't really either, but at the end of the day, I was kind of glad you did. I was like, you know what, it was good.
Because I wanted to push it. I wanted to push the envelope on that topic to make people really believe that something serious has really happened. And best advice I can give is just deny it. People ask you, is your real name Dallas Warner? You just tell them no. If your real name is Rob, his last name, tell them no. I told him that, so say no.
And certain fans know that our pain is my dad too, so they know that's my last name.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just that same triangle, but it's like some of the influence the conspiracy thing though is like not only certain stories that have happened revolving around the real life hiatus of Dark Rocker and System 360 and our pain, the real life stories behind it that we don't talk about. Also influences it is that like when we all came back to do the wrestling again, we all had more hybrid characters of our original personas, and when I did Dark Rocker, he was more of a flamboyant, mindful, independent character. Solus was just like a hybrid from Dark Abyss. And we've got the return of Dr. Reality. And, System 360 has come back, and I haven't seen him in God knows how long.
Oh, yeah, since 2011.
Yeah, our pain is totally different than what he used to be. His promos are more serious but quieter, his hair is long, and it's just, I figured that,
I like how he has long hair too.
I figured that if he could change I figured that if he could change into a new character and like a new persona, it's like we all can do that.
Match me. Pretty tough guy.
Okay, alright.
Action.
I want you to just come over here, sit right here. What do you want?
Alright, and action. And hold on. Be laying on the ground. I think you're on the ground. Over here. Alright, and action.
One, two.
Alright, we'll cut there. Which way I was facing?
I think this way.
Hi, Peggy.
What's the next move you're gonna do?
I'm gonna like pick up and slam you. Then I'm gonna do like dirty stuff. Are you ready?
Cut there. Alright, so I'm gonna hit you with a chair here. Okay. Alright. there.
Okay, alright.
Alright.
Yep, yep.
We might have to do that one again, dude, because I don't think I got it.
Alright. We'll do that roll part, yeah.
Let's do it again over here. Sorry, I gotta make sure we're here. Here. Let's be right here. I got a way to do it. Alright, ready?
Here, I'll move it over a little bit. I'll just move
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, you know when to get up.
Alright.
Ready?
And action. Let's cut there because my mask is small.
Okay, alright.
Alright, so
Yeah.
So it's hard for you to know what you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
You was like right here.
Oh, right here. Oh.
I mean, if you could do it, maybe.
I'll just show you what to do.
Let's try it real quick though. Alright.
So
Try to have your knee right here on his back. Like, with my legs even higher up.
like this?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
But drop down kind of slow because we can speed it up and I'm not going to easy.
Ready?
Yeah.
Alright, it's already recorded.
Just when you do that, if you can, spread your arms out.
It's already recorded.
Oh, let's just do it again. Alright, so this will be the fish take.
From now on, if you want to be in UW, you're gonna be censored by me. Let 3D know that. Yeah.
One, two.
Gold is more for me than you. Soulless. I know who you are.
Alright, cut through.
Oh, you're back up?
Alright.
You're back up already?
Alright, Dark Rocker versus Bella.
Yes, Bella. Is this the power one?
No, this is a different one. This is the Alabama Slam. Let go. Let go.
I don't want to.
You have to.
Okay. That was fun. Can we do that one again?
You can see now. Come on, Sam, you gotta knock me down. Get the pen.
Okay.
What are you gonna do, Sammy? Whoa!
It's Bella. Boom. Oh, pow.
No.
I knocked you out.
Sammy's going for the count? Alright, Bella. Well,
That one was a hard one.
one, two, oh. Bella kicked out. Oh, I smacked the ice. Big hand through me. Maybe see more moves.
One. Ah! Ah!
Ready? Close your eyes. I have a surprise for you. Ready?
Scared. It's a pillow.
Wait, do that to me.
Okay.
Do it.
Close your eyes.
Alright, I'll turn around and do it. Ready? I'm gonna do a ricochet. So you go here. So when I say move, move. I'm gonna hit you with the chair. That's it. The games are over.
What if we were too loud for the neighbors?
We're alright.
I don't think so.
We're fine. Here, bulldog.
Ah! One. Ah!
You gotta get on top of me, Ken, not like that. Here, try it over here. Ready?
Ah! One. One.
Here, how's this one? One. One.
Ah! I gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay. Rucker is winning this match. Oh. Ow.
I know you're out here. Pew! I know where you are. I know where you live! Ah!
Now I got you.
My headphones.
Okay, cool.
It does. One more, okay? Ah!
One. Two. Hey.
Don't make me do this one, please.
Should we do the chuckle? That's it, snappy thing.
Ah! Uh-oh. I caught you. Ah! I'm running away.
Hey, Sammy. One.
Hello, hello, hello. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Doug Loves, and we are in the recording studio right now, working on material for a future EP called Holiday Horror. And I want to give you a sneak preview of what the boys and I have been working on for this Christmas song special. All right, here we go.
And a 1, 2, 3, 4.
On the 12 days of Xmas, my true love gave to me
A guitar in a pine tree.
on the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me.
Do a satanic mask.
On the third day of Xmas, my true love gave to me
3 grayscale TVs.
on the 12th day of Xmas. System 3D. This is Doug Loves here, and obviously you can see that we are in the here we see Dark Rocker. Looks pretty confident. We'll just focus on something. Oh man, what an idiot.
Darkness will come. At Halloween Massacre. But we await the third arrival of the Illumination. The one. There was the light. And as M has resurrected this character, and I, too, have him under my control. He cannot escape. The illumination is upon us.
Mr. Recloud, you may think that your decision to sign a contract with UAW is wise, but I guarantee you, you will be made a fool twice. First, when I defeat you at Halloween Massacre, and second, when that worthless, washed-up waste of time, our pain, corrupts your brain to thinking you'll be surrounded by greatness, when all that will be around you is a graveyard of his ego. You can do more nothing than the nihilism of your future existence. Nick, do I move?